everyone! It was my birthday last week. I'm PokeKellz.
And I'm Three Brothers Alex. Welcome to this week's special episode of the Dex. Hey, Kells, now that your birthday's over, we're going to continue with our Eevee special and do another episode on his Eeveelutions.
Great! This week we're covering the Gen 1 evolutions. Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. Cool, right? But how are we going to cover so much in one episode?
Easy. 3 tiny episodes in a row. Let's go!
I love Vaporeon. His molecular structure is so close to water that he can literally melt into the water and disappear if he wants to. And he can walk on top of water. How cool is that?
What the heck? He's like a beautiful sea wizard. You know, that's probably why he's where mermaid stories come from in the Pokemon world. You know, like manatees for us. I guess manatees kind of look like mermaids.
Oh, sort of. Vaporeon can also tell when rain is coming, and he's physically the largest evolution at 3 feet 3 inches tall. And now it's time for Pokemon Behind the Balls mini version.
In the original games, Vaporeon's back sprite had a weird mohawk ridge going down his back, even though his front sprite didn't. That's because he originally did have one as well as tiny leg fins, but they changed his design between the Japanese and American release of the game. Guess they never got around to changing the back sprite.
Man, we're going fast!
Yep, so many facts though, I'm the best.
I'm the best. We're the best. Pokemon's the best. Battle strategy, go! Vaporeon is a great defensive Pokemon for the OU tier, so you need to get yourself a bold one. Eevee train it in HP and defense, and teach it Wish, Protect, Scald, and Toxic. His ability Water Absorb is great for switching in on Surf too. Oh, and make sure he's holding leftovers for that little extra HP boost.
You got that right. He has such a high HP stat that Wish and Protect will make him last forever, while you either use Scald for stab and burn opponents, or stall even tougher ones with Toxic and Protect. Wish is also a great way to heal other guys on your team.
Yeah, he's great. Vaporeon's also a great candidate for Rest, Substitute, Acid Armor, or even a Choice Spec set based around Scald and Ice Beam. Whew, one down?
Yup, one down.
Sweet, who's next?
Duh, my boy.
It's Jolteon!
Jolteon's nuts! He's constantly sparking and arcing electricity around his body, and whenever he wants, he can accumulate negative ions in the air, which turn his fur into sharp points he can shoot needles out of like a porcupine. It's like that dope cape from The Dark Knight, except without the weird porcupine needles.
He's also cute. Both his eyes and the inside of his ears are purple, which is great. And just like Pikachu, his moods cause him to store electricity and release it when he gets mad.
Awesome! Now for a quick bad Pokemon science!
You know what's crazy? No one knows for sure if Jolteon actually has a tail. Are you kidding me? None of his back sprites have tails, but then he can learn moves like Iron Tail and Tail Whip, right? I mean, sure, he's got a stubby little tail in one of the mangas, but we can't just like get a scientist on this case to take a video camera out into the wild and touch the top of his butt for a second. I mean, it's his tail for Pete's sake. Come on. We're talking science.
Hilarious. Hey, did you know Jolteon's my favorite Pokemon of all time?
I did.
Yeah, you want to know how to make one exactly like it? I've had them for years. Of course my methods are a little bit unorthodox.
Just do it, we're running out of time. Battle strategy, go!
My Jolteon has a timid nature and the ability Volt Absorb with Eevees and special attack and speed. He's obviously going to be a sweeper and he doesn't have much chance surviving any sort of big hit anyway, so why not give him a life orb while we're at it for that little extra oof?
Good idea! Also, he absorbs electricity just like Vaporeon absorbs water. For moves, you gotta give him Thunderbolt for stab, Thunder Wave to annoy people with, Protect for scouting opponents, and wait, Shadow Ball?
Heck yeah, Shadow Ball! No one will ever see it coming, and since it's a ghost type move, it hits a lot of common OU types and major damage. Trust me, it's a weird strategy, but it rarely ever fails me. 2 down.
Okay, type on Flareon.
We are going so fast!
Flareon is cute. He looks a lot like Eevee, especially when he's shiny. But he's also hot, like real hot. Like there's literally fire burning inside his belly hot. Like he maintains an internal temperature of 1650 degrees hot.
That's nothing though, because his freaking breath is over 3,000 degrees. That's hot enough to melt iron. Every time he breathes, literally flames. That's so much power for a little guy. It's such a shame he doesn't get much respect.
What do you mean he doesn't get enough respect? Uh-oh, time for another soapbox, isn't it?
Flareon is by far the least useful of the Eeveelutions. It's just not meant to be for this little dude kicking around down there in NU. Sure, there's Glaceon and Leafeon down there too, but for whatever reason, and maybe it's just me, but it's almost like people talk about Flareon like he's the Aquaman of the Justice League that is the Eeveelutions. But what can we do? I'll tell you. Remember, aptitude isn't everything. This little guy breathes fire without even trying. He's literally always on fire. Textbook textbook badassery right there. And Aquaman isn't so bad either when you really take the time to read him. So let's give them both a break, yeah?
Yeah. Now hit me with that battle strategy.
That being said, Flareon just isn't super great to battle with. Get a common with Flash Fire, Eevee train him in HP and special defense, and give him leftovers to hold. Today, we're building a support Pokemon.
Yep, he's going to use Wish and Protect, just like Vaporeon, but he's also going to use Lava Plume, which has Stab, but is mostly there for a 30% chance to burn the opponent. And then Heal Bell, which is an excellent move that restores all the status conditions of your entire team.
Other than that, I guess you could try using his high attack stat to make a physical sweeper with like Fire Fang and Superpower, but I wouldn't recommend it. And if he wasn't enough like Vaporeon already, you could also teach him Toxic, which can really be rather annoying when used properly. All done!
All done? Wow, that was crazy. We did 3 episodes in one.
Yep, and there's more where that came from. Tune in 5 weeks for Umbreon and Espeon. Until then, comment, subscribe, and leave a suggestion down below for a Pokemon for us to do next week. I'm Three Brothers Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz. Tune in next week for another jamming episode of The Dex. He's also cute. Stop it, my voice betrays me.
2 down. I bought a bed so tats. Yep, and there's more where that came from. Tune in 5 weeks for Umbreon.